Yorkshire and Hampshire played out a rather dull draw as the visitors to Headingley used the final day of their LV County Championship match to give their batsmen time in the middle. Leading by only 49 runs with 1 wicket down, it was always going to be difficult for Hampshire to set Yorkshire a target, especially after they chased 400 down last weekend, and any chance there was of doing that disappeared completely after the first hour and a half was lost to the weather. The outcome was that both sides had a day of practice, the kind of game where you are given another chance if you're out. And that was almost the case here when Michael Carberry survived in spite of being bowled by Adil Rashid. Alas for the bowler, the bails weren't dislodged. The early part of the day was competitive. Yorkshire play very positive cricket under Jason Gillespie, and they wouldn't have given up hope of bowling Hampshire out. After all, Hampshire only had a lead of 28 on first innings, and so a collapse would have let Yorkshire right back in. Jimmy Adams was soon making sure that that didn't happen. As hard as he tried, Ryan Sidebottom couldn't get the breakthrough, and he made his feelings clear about what that meant to him. Then the game started to drift towards a draw. In fact, that had looked on the cards ever since Yorkshire had avoided the follow-on the previous day, and now Adams and Carberry put 70 on for the second wicket. The game was dead in the water. There was one moment of cheer for Ian Wardlaw, who had Adams taken behind 1 short of his 50. That was only Wardlaw's 4th first-class wicket in what is just his 4th match. The rest of the day petered out in a rather meaningless fashion, although Simon Katic, who missed out on a double ton by only 4 runs in the first innings, was soon adding plenty of 4s to his season's tally. The Australian revealed this week that he owes his county a lot after a previous spell with Hampshire helped him regain his test place half a dozen or so years ago. So the fact that he's finding some special form at the moment will please both parties. He sauntered to another 50 here. It took him only 65 balls to get there, as he also proved that cricket can be entertaining, even if there is nothing to play for. He'd struck 8 4s in his half-century. Carberry, who spent 35 minutes scoring his first run in this day, took a different approach and spent much of it blocking. His own 50 took him 151 deliveries, although he did get there in style with a 4 and this 6 off Joe Root. Both batsmen ended undefeated on 61 as Carberry caught up his partner with a few powerful shots off Rashid long hops, and then Hampshire declared on 191 for 2 right at the start of the final hour. Before they did, there was some fun to be had as Adam Lyth did his impression of his coach Gillespie, much to the amusement of the fielders. But otherwise it was a rather drab end to what had been a decent and mostly well-matched contest. Yorkshire were unable to record a hat-trick of wins for the first time since 2005 and had to make do with 9 points to Hampshire's 10.